Amy Eds, and I'm here to demonstrate a mask or medical mask cover with a removable wire. So you want to know why a removable wire? Well, we don't want to be sewing these wires into masks because most wires or pipe cleaners or things, they are sharp and they will wear out over time. So I've demonstrated this basic medical mask cover before with no wire, no filter. I've demonstrated this mask cover that has a wire, a removable wire, and also a filter pocket. But this one, what I love about it, there's no filter pocket, which I have found is not necessary in most situations, but people still want that removable wire. So this one has just this little insert where we can insert a wire, and it is totally removable. So I'm super excited about this because you don't have to clean finish any edges. When you have an opening, you've got to have clean finished edges. And this, no clean and finished edges and the same amount of sewing as just a basic cover. Okay, the first thing you need to do is you're going to have your top seam. So at a 5/8 inch, you could also do a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So here's my 5/8 inch seam line. I'm going to start sewing, back stitch when you start and stop. And really the only difference between this and the basic medical mask cover is I'm only going to sew it about 1 inch. And then I'm going to back stitch. Then I'm going to skip just a little space, not too much because we want that wire to fit in. So probably about 1.5 inches, at the most 2 inches. Back stitch when you start and stop, and then just continue sewing that line. Okay, and then I'm going to just sew the bottom seams together, right sides together, and it's a 1/4 inch seam, just like in the basic medical mask cover that I've already done a video on. And now we are ready to decide if we're going to insert our ties or if we're going to do side wraps. For this mask, I'm going to be doing the side wrap method, which I've already demonstrated in a previous video, so I won't go through that whole thing. You could also do the insert ties into the corners method, and that is also demonstrated in a previous video. So the first thing we're going to do, we've sewn, we've left this little space. I'll flip this over so you can see the stitches on the black. That is going to be where our wire is going to insert, and we have our 1/4 inch seam at the bottom. I'm just going to turn this right side out, and this is one of the reasons I love the side wrap method. It's because I hate pulling the mask inside out through a little small hole. So I'm just going to press this flat, and I'm going to demonstrate a new way I learned how to iron the pleats. I'm super excited about it. It's great if you are sewing a lot of masks all at once. So we will do that method in just a minute. Let me just get this flat. You can see I have these straps here on my ironing board in preparation. If you're wondering what they are for, you will soon find out. So my mask is all pressed nice and flat, and you will see our little opening. Which side is it on? It's right here. That's where our wire is going to end up going through. So what you do in this method, you can do it with just 1 strap or 2. It's just fabric that I tied around the ironing board. I saw this tip on the Facebook group Sewing for Lives that I'm a part of, and this awesome woman shared this, and I have just been loving doing it. It's a quick method. You probably need some practice to get used to it, and you just grab, pinch it, fold it over, grab about 1/2 inch, pinch it, fold it over, grab about 1/2 inch, pinch it, fold it over, and just line those up, and then press those. And your pleats are all pressed, ready. I love it. And then what I do is I slide it up here, which I already have one ready to go, slid up there. Well, it cools in place, and then see how it just holds so nice and well. So then I pull it out, and I still throw in my bobby pins just because I like it being held nice and flat. And then I would slide this one up to cool. So now our next thing we're going to do is we're going to be top stitching right along this mask. Okay, so we're going to top stitch at a 1/4 inch of the way from the top. So I'm just top stitching along that. What this does is it's going to close in that seam so that the mask doesn't have an open into the middle, yet it will still leave this awesome little insert for our wire. So now we've left this little insert for the wire, and then you would add your side ties and your mask would be all ready to go. Alright, so the ties are sewn on, and I've done the adjustable ear loops, which I am just loving these. So it's just a one size fits all. That's also why I like the 3 pleated mask. It's a one size fits all. This is the most universal fit mask. So here is where our little opening is. It's just this tiny little opening here, but it slides all through this top stitch. So you would slide your wire right into that. And then to get it out, you would just kind of push, and there it is peeking out. and then you don't have to have any clean finish, but you've got the wire to shape to your nose, and you've got this beautiful mask that will cover your face. Super nice.